Hey, what's up you guys? I am here in a new setup and we're in my house today. This because we're going to be shooting a cool kind of video, well not cool, a well-needed video because I am going to be saving a reptile from a bad situation. Now, the reptile I'm going to be saving today is a bearded dragon. So his previous owner has unfortunately not been able to provide the necessary care that his bearded dragon will need. So that's where I come in. Basically, over the period of 10 months, his bearded dragon unfortunately has not had any heating or UVB or necessary proteins that he requires. And I'm not quite sure if he has like the necessary minerals or anything, not that he would be able to digest it anyways, but you know, it's there. So that's why I'm coming into the picture and I'm going to show you the setup that this new bearded dragon's going to have and hopefully the good journey that he's going to have with me, his forever home. Alright, so in case you guys didn't know, I actually really enjoy dealing with any sorts of animals. It's kind of been my passion my whole life. Sorry if I'm looking not at the camera. This is a new thing. But it's kind of been my passion my whole life. I've dealt with horses, dealt with cats, dealt with dogs, obviously. Who hasn't? And then, you know, fish. But I've been dealing with reptiles and small animals and the whole swack load, the whole zoo. So today we're gonna be getting a good setup for this little dude. So let's watch. So for this new little dragon, he is going to be getting ZooMed's Reptihabitat Bearded Dragon setup. Obviously I'm gonna be doing my own little fluctuations on this because, you know, it's now my dragon. We're gonna make it absolutely perfect for him. So we'll get this kit open and I'll show you what's all in here. So after a lot of hard work, I've managed to get it underneath my desk. There's my dog, Coda. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at this. An interesting feature to note about the ZooMed is that it actually has a snake guard here. I'll show you how that actually works once we get it out of the box. All right, there we go. So we got the lid off. All my animals are coming to check this out. So here's basically the feature, is that it has this lovely little snake guard. So say I was keeping a snake in here. Sometimes snakes, like ball pythons and corn snakes, not that balls are known to be climbers, but you know, sometimes they do, or any snake really. So sometimes they could actually worm themselves underneath and like make a little wedge. But because of the snake guard, they're not gonna be able to do that. So that's a really nice feature. But let's take the lid off and take a look at some of the goodies we have. So here we have the first product, which is the ReptiRock. So it appears that there is one bowl that is deeper. I'm gonna use that for the water, and then this one I'll use for the food if he has any salad or anything. But that takes up a substantial large size. Next we have the ZooMed Guide to Bearded Dragons by a dude named Josh. As you can see, a very excited bearded dragon indeed. You can't even read that. Oh my goodness. The quality on this is absurd. There we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I'll read that on a later date. So we have two different kinds of bulbs in here. This one is the UVB light. And then we also have the basking light. So, hi, Ami. So this is really important for reptiles, bearded dragons in particular. First of all, this will act kind of like the sun, and it will focus the heat on a particular area. Now, bearded dragons also require a UVB light. This is really important because they originate from Australia. So they're naturally gonna be getting quite a bit of sunlight in the wild. Now, if they don't get their UVB lights or appropriate lighting, it can actually cause something called metabolic bone disease, which is pretty bad. And it also makes them not be able to digest, hi cat, their vitamins that they, oh my god, she wants to be in everything. Their vitamins that they get in their food. So it's basically like taking all the food you fed them and just throwing it in the trash, because they're not gonna get no benefit from that. Hi baby. Next in the pack, we're just gonna continue, because if I move her, she's just gonna go right back in there, which is the thermometer and the humidity gauge. Now it's quite important for bearded dragons to have a high temperature on one side, and then they have a cooler temperature on the other, because they are cold-blooded and they need to regulate their temperature by their environment. So by having a warmer basking side of around like 90 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. Probably not 110, but I'll put in like a little asterisk on what it should be. And then a lower humidity. Obviously, you gotta bump it up or give them baths during their shedding time, but this is good to monitor. Next, we have the dual lamp. Now, I'm not gonna get this off without taking off the lid, but just know that one side's for UVB and one side's for the heat. Now we'll get that out later once I set it all up. Okay. In here, we also have the Repti-Sand. Now, a lot of different breeders say, oh shit, not to use, I'm sorry, babe, not to use sand or anything like that. However, the bearded dragon I'm dealing with is a adult and he is past the juvenile stage, but we will make sure that he will not get any sort of impaction from the Repti-Sand. We'll be very careful with it. Now we also have another fun little thing in here. I think this is the last thing, which is the bearded dragon food sampler pack. The star of the show. Okay, so I opened up the pack and it looks like we got, excuse me, a little sample of Repticalcium. This is pretty important. It's without the use of D3, however, so you probably need to pick that up if you're dusting crickets or something with that. That's really good. Let's see. Next we have the juvenile bearded dragon food. Hi babe. For growing dragons, so it's good for any juvies. What are you doing? She's kind of stressed out at the moment. She doesn't know what's exactly going on. So we got a little bit of papaya. Not quite sure if the beard is gonna use that, but got it. Hi babe. Worms. Nice. Are these freeze dried or are they just spewed out? I don't know what they are. Oh, okay, she just went back in there. And then we got a little bit of vitamins, and then we got a little bit of water conditioner. I live on well water, but it's always good to condition your water anyways, and this is, oh shit. Hi baby. There she goes. It's always good to condition your water, just to be safe, because you never know exactly what's in your water. So that's that. Let's get the tank all set up.
Ladies and gents, T-O-double-P and T-O-double-G. What?
Okay, so I put in a very thin layer of sand, and I actually made a slight mistake on my part. I meant to put in a little bit of forest mulch, but I suppose I must have used it all on my snake the last time I changed out his substrate. So I will need to run to the store to get some more, but that will be when we get little Beardy. So, no, I'm working on it, and I'll get it once I get it. Alright, so I'm just going to put in this hammock. Now, bearded dragons actually prefer to stay higher off the ground, so I'll make sure there is a high spot on either the cold and the hot. And like I said about the suction cups, they are not staying well already. Now I also have a hide that my snake no longer uses, so pretty sure he is generously donating this to the new arrival. So I just washed it because there was a little bit of poop stuck in there still, so I'm going to...
Oh, it's stuck!
Oh man! Well, as you can see, my bearded dragon won't be the only one who really appreciates this terrarium. Because my cat just got herself stuck. Now, it is important to note that bearded dragons and cats aren't particularly friends of each other, so keep them watched under a close eye together if they're ever outside of the tank. Alright, so here you can see it's not quite completed. However, we do have the beginnings of the start. As you can see, the hammock fell down. It's very reliable. And both our heat lamp and our UVB bulb is starting. Here you can see we have the tip sheet provided by Petland. Then we also have the Guide to Bearded Dragons up here. And we also have the Reptisafe and the Reptivite, as well as the Repticalcium. Now, once I get everything all settled, I will put in the 2 bowls and get it all sorted out. Then we also have the foods, and then we have the foods I picked up today. We have a few hornworms, just in case he wants a little bit of a treat, or she. And then we also have their staple diet, which for now will be a little bit of mealworms and superworms to bulk them up. So yeah, I'll see you guys once we get the Beardy. Who dare? Hey guys, so I picked up the Beardy. We just had to stop and quickly pick up some things, but now we're leaving. So I went over it and it seems perfectly healthy aside from being in the middle of a shed and missing a good portion of its tail, but I'll show you it once we get it into the aquarium. The previous owner didn't know the sex of it, so I'll sex it when we get home. He's just chewing in a little tub. But I gotta get him home quickly. Okay, bye. Okay, so the conditions the bearded dragon was left in was a 24 by 12 by 12. Now this is going to be too small for a bearded dragon, but what shocks me the most is the lighting. So they got the right kind of lamp, however the bulb they've used is an incandescent household waterproof bulb. As I've stated previously in a vlog, it is vital for these animals to have UVB and UVA as well as heat. So this was providing the bearded dragon with virtually no benefits. The other thing that the previous owner supplied us with was the mat, which I'm not going to use, and then a few hides, which I'm also not going to use because it's going to be too small and the bearded dragon will not use them. So now I'll show you what exactly its new enclosure looks like. And this will be donated to my local store. So just give me a sec. Okay, so here is the result of the enclosure. So I went to our local pet shop and I picked up some Jungle Earth substrate, and I also continued decorating the enclosure with a few more branches and stuff. A few of these were supplied by the owner, so grateful for that. The bearded dragon is now basking. When I got him, or her, or it had very dark coloration, which means that the bearded dragon was not warm enough, because they actually turn darker when they are trying to get more heat. So now she's just curiously watching me as we film over. Unfortunately, you see her tail over by the base of that log. She probably lost it due to the result of a fight with another bearded dragon or the result of a stuck shed. Now, she is in shedding right now. However, I checked all her toes and she still has them. And then we have her water and everything else, and I still can't get that hammock to work, but I'll work on it. And then we have all her food waiting to be fed for her in the future. So I'll continue to post update videos on our new bearded dragon. But yeah, it's super exciting. Oh, it just fell down. Okay. Alright, well thank you for watching the vlog. Looks like the beardy does not like my cat so far, but I will move the cat in a moment. Okay, bye-bye, peace.